himself, Cody Rhodes, Mark Henry, Shelton Benjamin, and William Regal. The next, of course, Batista's team is him, Matt Hardy, CM Punk, Kofi Kingston, and what's up, R-Truth? I find him annoying. So yeah, here we go. This was actually a pretty good match. Very peppy, very very energetic. I found the younger guys to be on their game here, especially Cody and Kofi. Kofi took a beating in this match. Let me tell you, he was selling really well. Hence why, of course, he got buried again. So this match begins 11 seconds in. Punk nails Regal with the knee. Bulldog, GTS. Or not, sorry, no Bulldog, GTS. Good night, bitch. 1, 2, 3. Again, glad Punk got his revenge on Regal, but did it have to be that quick? And did Regal have to suffer? I'm just saying. Anyway, the match goes on. Some nice little exchanges. Benjamin hits R-Truth with the pay dirt, so nice as he gets pushed lasted a couple months. Again, I do find R-Truth annoying, but I think that he is at least half talented. Orton pinned Kofi Kingston with a DVD after Kofi just took a beating from every one of the heels. And it's, oh man, I'm telling you, this poor kid just doesn't seem to be going anywhere. You know, it's sad. Just at the sacrifice of guys who really don't need to be put over. Okay, next up. Rhodes nailed CM. And yeah, how does CM Punk lose every match? He gets distracted. This time by Manu. The referee does nothing. And of course, he gets pinned by Cody. So, good night. So, Batista, he's all by his lonesome. Oh, sorry, I left out one. Matt Hardy gets pinned with the world's strongest slam. Why? Why is anybody putting that piece of shit Mark Henry over? Really? Guy has a racial slur said against him, and he gets the biggest push of his career. Give me a fucking break. Anyway, so Batista's left all alone against 4 guys. You guess what happens. Spear Mark Henry. Goodbye. So long, Shelton. Good night. About to finish off Cody. This is where things get interesting. Cody gets to tag in while he's up in the air for the Batista bomb to Orton. Orton comes in, RKO. Good night. Orton and Cody win, which is the exact way this match had to be booked, with those two surviving. And Orton kind of gives Cody a look of approval, as if the tag was smart, and which it was. So, again, I said earlier this week to my friends that that's the way this match had to end, because it's the only way the angle was going to progress. Just having Orton or just having Batista triumph would have just been the most contrived ending you could possibly think of. So, yeah, that was a good match. Peppy, again, nothing great. But moving on, we get the the WWE Championship. Triple H, Vladimir Kozlov. You want to talk about something that's uneventful? This was boring. Look, I am all for chain wrestling. I don't mind it. Okay, I don't mind when they do that real wrestling style. But when people like Bret Hart did it, they added a little excitement to it. Whereas this was just going through the motions, paint by numbers. There was no sequence. It had no bearing on the story of the match. Nothing. It was just a bunch of pointless chain wrestling. Kozlov, they even put out, Kozlov has not even been on a pay-per-view until tonight. Why is he getting a world title shot? The guy is completely and utterly boring. He's boring. He's an AWA heel, okay? And let's face it, most AWA heels back then wouldn't get over to but he would have been perfect in the AWA in the 80s in a faction with like Jerry Blackwell and Shigeru Casey. It would have worked with him back then. Or him even teaming up with the Russians, Koloff, Crusher Khrushchev, and all that. Both Koloffs, I mean. And that stuff, Kozlov could have been their enforcer. Again, he's just not a new millennium wrestler. I'm sorry. They gotta either give him a mouthpiece, a manager, or repackage him, because he's just not going anywhere. So anyway, this match drones on, and on, and on, and within 3 minutes, boring. The crowd started chanting boring in 3 minutes in a Triple H match. And there was a USA chant, which I guess people were just at least trying to get into the Then there was a TNA chant. That had to make Triple H's skin crawl. Um, and we want Hardy. So, yes, but then things came together. This storyline actually ended up being properly executed. Vicky Guerrero comes out after both men are down. And lo and behold, she says, he's here. And then to the shock of everyone, Edge, the rated R superstar, his music hits. He hits the ring looking like he's growing a beard now like Mike Knox. And he spears Triple H, spears Kozlov. But then this was the best part. Jeff Hardy runs out. The crowd just completely explodes into a pop. That's one of the loudest pops I've ever heard Jeff Hardy get. He just goes nuts, goes postal on Edge, grabs a chair, just wearing bandages on his head. He goes to whack Edge, but ends up hitting Triple H. Then he whacks Kozlov, but then walks into a spear. Edge then covers Triple H and gets the championship. Again, Edge strikes again. It seems though Edge is just a master of striking anywhere in a left field. He's just a guy you love to hate because he takes the easy way out. But I happen to love Edge. I'm happy he's champion. What a great angle this is. Okay, I'll admit it is a little tasteless. I'm not going to lie to you. But the way they pulled it off at the execution part of it, was just brilliant. And I think it'll do wonders for Jeff Hardy's popularity. And I think it makes it clear that he is a babyface because the last few weeks I've been questioning it with his actions on SmackDown and whatnot. So yes, I'm really excited about where this is going. And I think an Edge Jeff Hardy feud is due. So after that, we're going to close with Cena and Jericho. Big heat for Jericho, of course. Cena gets a big pop, but not as big as you'd think, being in his hometown. Nobody's really booing him tonight, so that's good. They told a nice story here where Cena's reluctant to go to the top rope during the match. Because in fear of hurting himself. So they built it up to when he finally did. He gives a salute to the crowd, gives the "You Can't See Me," and nails Jericho with a jumping leg drop. Again, the match was back and forth. There were some nice exchanges where they got into each other's finishers. They both escaped each other's submission holds. What happened was when Jericho was about to reach the rope in the SCFU, Cena dragged him to the middle. Jericho kicked away, but then Cena lifted him up into the AFU and got the win. So Cena's champion, which I think is a big mistake right now. But then again, you know what? From a business standpoint, it's probably the best decision because it'll jack up the rating on Raw this week. But what about next week? Again, I just think this is going to be just a short-term effect. I think they should have held off on Cena winning for a little bit, personally. I'm not saying they should have buried him in his hometown. Maybe do like what I was thinking they would do is have Batista come down, try to go after Jericho, screw up, and hit Cena. Because obviously the direction they're going is Cena Batista. So I figured it'd be logical to have Batista come in there. Anyway, the show was really lackluster and dull, I thought, but it wasn't terrible. So I'm going thumbs in the middle here. Again, this pretty much sets the tone of what the WWE is like, just random booking that really will just not make sense next week. Like, it's just unbelievable. But the way this whole WWE Championship picture is going looks awesome to me. Again, I'm a little disturbed by the Hardy being found unconscious storyline, but, I guess from a business standpoint, I can understand it, but from a moral standpoint, it's kind of hard to really agree with, but whatever. Anyway, I will be recapping Raw this week. Again, I'm sorry for no SmackDown ECW recap, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm just really tired right now. I just figured I'd get this out of the way because I'm going to be busy tomorrow. So, hope you all enjoyed this. Send me any feedback or questions you may have about wrestling in general. I'm going to do a mailbag segment coming up where I answer some of your questions. So until next time, keep fit and have fun. This is the Wrestling Man saying so long. Oh, yeah.